Hello, welcome to the Dragon Plus live stream. We are back once again. We discuss more of the content heading into each issue of Dragon Plus, our free online magazine available as always on iOS, Android, and at dragonmag.com. Each live stream we look at the content. Usually it's been Jeremy Crawford on these dates. But he is a bit under the gun, as we say, getting a couple of key products out the door. Yes. Ooh. We seem to have a lot of things releasing in November.
We've kind of backloaded the year, as it turns out.
Including some fine board games. So we wanted to talk about that.
What?
So last year for the October issue of Dragon Plus magazine, we did our board game special. We were talking about Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 1 year ago now.
That was 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of playtesting from that, I remember.
That was a lot of fun playtesting that game. I can't believe that was a year ago.
I can't either. I feel like it's always been there.
So we're circling back around. Our October issue, last week we talked about costumes and things of that nature with Dice Camera Action.
Cool.
This October we're also going to be doing a bit of a deep dive into some of the board games coming out, including, well, I'll let Shelly Mazzanoble present some of the games coming out later this year.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to start with that?
Sure, we'll do just a quick rundown of what's coming out and when.
Well, but first, October 26th, just in time for Halloween, Axis and Allies.
And
zombies?
Question mark?
What? I'm holding the box because this is actually like, this is one of our, you can see from the little sticker on it there, this is a first offline copy.
What does that mean?
That means that they come to us from the printer and we tear them apart and make sure that all the components are actually there, that everything is to the quality that we expect it to be, that we want it to be, that it's not printing too dark or too light, or just our QA department does strange things. They actually like measure like the board and like that's the right thickness and make sure. So a lot goes into it.
What a bunch of nerds.
Total nerds. So yes, that sticker won't be on your copies when you get the game, but it's on ours. And
one ampersand wasn't difficult enough in URLs and things like that.
So this game has two ampersands in it. So this is the alternate history version of Axis and Allies. What if zombies were part of World War II? It is an incredibly fun game in that if you are an Axis and Allies player, it's really fun to watch you play this game. As I witnessed at Origins this year, there were like, I've been playing Axis and Allies for years and years and years. What is this with the zombies? They sat down to play it and they just were like in such a tizzy. Like they were standing up and like throwing cards around and they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't understand, because it's just so different. Zombies add chaos.
In a good way.
A good
way.
Yeah.
This wasn't like the typical Axis and Allies game. So if you're used to having a strategy, then throw it out the window, because it's not going to work in this game. So the zombies are their own faction. They are uncontrollable, as zombies are.
So it's literally Axis, Allies, and zombies.
And zombies. Okay. They are their own forces. And sometimes they may inadvertently help you. Sometimes they don't help you. You have to kind of figure out like how it's best to harness them. Are you going to try to use them to your advantage? Are you just going to try to kill them off? But basically, at the beginning of every turn, randomly zombies spawn in different territories, and so you just don't know where they're going to come up.
So can you manipulate them in any way?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you cannot, but you could, like, if they're in your territory, then you can kind of be like,
You can't like throw a piece of meat onto someone else's territory.
Well, we do have special zombie technology actually in this game, and there are some technologies available, like chainsaw tanks, because of course.
Chainsaw tanks.
There is some technology available that does let you like basically like pick up some zombies and drop them in someone else's territory.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of like throwing a steak
that,
over the fence, I guess. But yeah, this was a very fun game to design and to work on. I didn't design the game, but
who did design the game?
Scott Van Essen, who is a huge, he's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Big Axis and Allies fan, also works on the Transformers TCG and Duel Masters. He's worked on Magic. Kaijudo. He's done a ton of stuff around here, and he made a terrible mistake one day. He came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I love Axis and Allies. Let me know if you ever need some help." We were like, "Hey."
I would like it more if it were like a chocolate and peanut butter situation where Scott ran into a zombie and you were just sitting there watching going, oh.
That's
the gears turning.
While his brains were being consumed, you were like formulating plans.
Right. That is how some of the best games get designed.
Well, like I said, I won't put you on the spot and ask you to identify the people on the cover of Axis and Allies and Zombies.
Whatever.
What do you mean?
Historical figures.
I had a question.
This is a zombie.
Yeah, his name is Harold.
If Shelly could identify the characters on Dungeon Mayhem quicker than but so could I.
I can identify those characters on Dungeon Mayhem.
What else? What else do we have coming up? We're holding Dungeon Mayhem for our third game because we're going to dive into that a bit more.
This one is going to fall open and apart. No, don't you touch it. Oh, I thought you were going to try to open it.
No, I'm helping.
So again, this is Betrayal Legacy. This is designed by Rob Daviau, who actually invented the whole legacy genre.
And what is a legacy game?
A legacy game is a game that evolves over time, dependent upon the player's actions in the game. So at certain points in the game, you may be asked to create new rules permanently, tear up part of your game, tear up components, rip up cards. People are always like, really? People do that? They actually love doing that, as it turns out. Yeah. Tip for you, though, when your graphic designer is under the gun working her tail off to make this beautiful game, never say to her, "That's so funny, like, these are so beautiful, too bad people are just going to rip them off."
Is that when she flips the table?
Yep, that was a table flip moment. Not a fan of him. What do you mean? So, so this is, what's cool about this, a number of things are cool about it, but what I love about it is that once you complete your legacy campaign, which is about 13 chapters, I think, then you are left with a board game that is fully customized to your experience, and you can keep playing it. There will still be a number of haunts that you've never even seen, so you just keep on playing. It's like basically like your Betrayal at House on the Hill. It's just a replayable board game, except you've created a lot of the rules and made a lot of really cool, horrible, horrific things happen.
You've made the mansion your own, really.
You have made the mansion your own.
And so 13 chapters means 13 games, 13 playthroughs? Okay, very cool.
And there is 5 families that you get to choose from. So you just keep playing different generations of the same family, which is different from the base game. And it's really fun. At the end of the chapters, you write down what happened to your character. And at the end of 13 chapters, you have a really interesting family history. You also get to heirloom certain items. Sometimes in the game, like if an item comes up, you may have the option to heirloom it, which means you're putting your family crest sticker on that card. If it comes up again in a different generation and you get it, you will get certain benefits that other players wouldn't, because it's like your Aunt Patty's gun, you know. But like you might get my Aunt Patty's gun, and my God, I want that gun back.
That's my gun, yeah.
I want that gun.
It's in my family.
I know what Aunt Patty did with that gun, so it's really fun. Like whenever we played it, that we just were immediately role playing, because you just like become these characters in this family. And
I'm gonna set this down because I'm now afraid of saying anything or touching it, and it's gonna like open and reveal all of the secrets and content.
This is also a first off the line copy, and because there's a lot of components in legacy games and a lot of them need to be kept secret, I told Bar, I swear to God, don't you open that box. Because it's like, it's in a million pieces and nothing is organized. And he pulled the box lid open at my desk and he was like, "Well, I can just show this, right?" And I'm like, "No!" That's like one of the biggest secrets. No, shut that box.
I liked that Bart impression. Can we get more of those?
Totally.
That's how
I have a lot of them. Right. Want to see Bart dropping our kid off at kindergarten for the first time?
Yeah, please show us.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. You're okay.
I love too much.
You've got a big heart.
Tough love.
I don't have the tough love gene.
No, he doesn't. That's why he was not allowed to look at our child today.
So true or false, one of the heirloom items is or is not a tomato?
Oh my God.
Spoilers.
Dad joke. Heirloom.
I got excited.
So Axis and Allies and Zombies, that comes out October 26th.
Yeah.
Price point is
$40. Why don't you believe me? Because it's such a good deal?
I do. It is a good deal.
It is a good deal.
It is
we
for
worked
a
really
legacy
hard
game.
to make it a good deal.
Good price. And Betrayal Legacy, that comes out slightly later, correct?
November 9th.
November 9th. Okay, so that one will be.
I mean, could have had them both come out on the same day, but I feel like people would have been angry.
Which one do I get? You
I'm
get both.
like-
That's the answer.
Yeah, you get both.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So I did want to ask, would you ever, either one of you, and Jordan, I am remiss, I have not introduced, well, either one of you really.
well, you'll
You've been
when
on
we
the show.
when we get to the end.
People know you.
But would either one
famous.
of you stay in a haunted house, hotel, etc.?
no,
Not even in.
not knowingly. I mean, I might have in my life.
What's
but
the reward?
I
Typical
feel like that would be
gamer,
its, yeah, that would be its own
I'm just like, nope.
reward.
No.
The bragging rights for surviving a night in a haunted.
I've been to a party in a haunted hotel, but we didn't stay
What
the night.
happened? Anything happened?
Did you any supernatural
I
experience?
saw a shadow in the window, and I'm pretty sure I made it up in my own mind, but it was okay.
Okay. Okay. I see.
Yeah, it was cool. I went
Would
down
you?
a dark hallway.
I would until I'm there, and then I would immediately be scared out of my mind. I would think it was a great idea in advance.
Yeah.
And then once push came to shove, I'd be like, I hate this and I don't want to do this.
I don't think it's a great idea.
I can't watch any scary movies for that same reason.
That is true.
I've been to a haunted house in New Orleans,
Ah.
and nothing happened, but it was still fun.
I feel like all of New Orleans.
I feel like if I were a ghost and people like tourists came to like see my house, oh, there's a ghost that lives here, that I would just be like, I'm not doing anything. You just wasted your money. And then when they all left, I would just be like opening and closing windows and like slamming doors and.
But would anyone hear it, or just like the owner who's
Doesn't
trying to make
matter.
this a tourist
Yes,
attraction? It's
yes.
like the
It
frog
doesn't
in the
matter.
Warner
Oh.
Brothers.
So you're
movie.
making one person crazy.
Yeah.
And then when people come and check it out,
Yep.
it's silent. It's like the dancing frog in Looney Tunes.
Yeah, exactly.
Looney Tunes.
Are either one of you competitive by nature?
Fairly, yeah. A good sport about it, though.
That's
But
good.
yes, I'm competitive.
I never thought I was. I always was like, I'm the least competitive or the least competitive person ever.
Yeah.
And then it occurred to me like maybe I don't want to like play sports, and I say it's because I'm not competitive because I'm truly competitive and I never want to lose. So if I
Yeah.
just don't do the sport.
I was telling Sean Wood the story today about your race,
5th grade.
5th grade race.
I
You were a
was super
fast.
fast. I was a really fast runner.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Everybody was like, she's really fast.
What's your mile?
It was
Best
5th
mile.
grade. I don't know.
I know mine.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know because I was just like, I beat everyone. I beat the boys. I beat the girls. I could beat my teacher. I was crazy fast.
Wow, okay.
And then it became like this phenomenon where they like started calling more people out to the playground. Like, look at the super fast runner. And then everybody was like, they wanted to beat me because
Yeah.
I was the fastest runner in the school. And I remember like, I just thought it was fun. I'm like, I'm just running. And then I could hear footsteps coming behind me and I was like, who's behind me?
Oh, no.
Wait, are they trying to pass me? And then I just stopped. And I was like, go.
Because once
Just go.
you understood it
Just
was a
go past me.
competition, you
Yeah.
were like, I'm out.
And like once I learned people wanted to beat me, I stopped running. Never ran again.
Retired on top.
That's
Dropped
very,
the
yeah,
Done.
very Jerry Seinfeld of you.
Yeah, yeah. And now I just like run on a treadmill, like
Yeah.
with myself, but that's it.
Yeah.
I've never,
Did you
I never
earn a
did track.
nickname at all?
What?
Did you earn a nickname? in
Should have
fifth
been
grade?
like Quitter phase.
Twitter, yeah.
Well, I meant like the Flash when you were fast.
I don't know. No, just
Okay.
like, I just remember like the gym teacher being like, "Oh, she's really fast,"
Okay. All
and
right.
then I just never. I could have been something, you guys.
You could have been a contender.
I could have. I
Now
don't
look
know.
at you. You're stuck here talking to me.
Yeah.
What I can't imagine.
What a life.
little
Stuck here
illustration.
talking to him. Stuck everywhere talking to him.
And Jordan, clearly competitive because you are still remembering your mile time. from
Yeah,
fifth
yeah.
grade.
Okay, so what's your mile?
What was your mile time?
My fastest mile I ever ran was 7:05,
Wow.
which is honestly not that fast, but I felt it was
That's
pretty
pretty fast.
I know that's faster than I've ever run a mile because I've been desperately trying to get under 7 minutes. in a
That's why I
5K.
remember it. I'm like, I was so close.
I cannot go under 7 minutes.
It's
no matter what
so
I do.
hard. Yeah.
It's a mental block now.
Well, maybe physical as well.
Well,
I mean, look at me.
you got to
Well-
get over the mental block.
Oh, yeah. Well, but we did have a little competition. The last time you might have been on a live stream with me was for Mordenkainen's Mayhem.
Oh, yeah.
Booze Hags were.
And I won.
Did you win? You didn't win the whole thing, or did you?
Well, it kind
How
of
did.
did.
This work?
I won the
Didn't
first
you,
round.
You tapped out.
I tapped out
You
and
did
let
the
Sean
same
come
thing.
You did
in.
the same thing.
I did once I learned. Oh no, I went to the next round.
Yeah.
And everybody's coming for me. I said, Sean Wood, you do it.
And he carried the competition.
And he did, and he won.
He won the
Oh,
belt.
so really, you won, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But as Ric Flair would say, to be the man, you got to beat the man. So,
I don't want to be a man.
but
Don't want to be
people
a
were
runner.
people were
don't
trying to
wanna
beat
be
the
a
man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So we do have one more game.
Who is this guy?
Event. Jordan, who are you? What do you do here at Wizards of the Coast? And
What
why
do you
are
have
we
to do
talking
with this
about
game?
Yes.
Yeah, I work at Wizards of the Coast. I'm on the Magic franchise team right now in a short little stunt.
What is that?
What is it? Yeah, what is a franchise?
Like, seriously asking.
You open up different Magic restaurants around the country?
Yes, and more than that. Yeah, expect a few restaurants to come out soon.
Breaking news.
We, so you know how Marvel took their comic lines and turned them into this amazing entertainment franchise with all the movies and stuff? Well, we want to do that with Magic the Gathering. That's like the dream of our franchise team. So we want to take our IP and turn it into an entertainment property.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's the goal of the team. My duties on that team involve licensing and working with other partners and fun things like that.
But this game had nothing to do with that position.
This game is all about Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah.
Weird.
Yes.
All right. So I was just going to say, for folks that were watching Spoilers and Swag on Friday, Nathan Stewart and Kate Welch were playing through a couple rounds. So you might have seen a quick introduction of the mechanics. But we wanted to talk to you about sort of the genesis of the game, how it came about.
Okay.
There should be one more person sitting next to you, I believe.
Yes,
but
my
he's not
cohort,
here.
Roscoe Wetlaufer, he was my co-designer with this lovely game with me from almost the very beginning. And so I'm kind of sad not having him by my side. But he's out and about across the country
He's like
talking about
selling this
Mayhem.
game.
Yeah. He's
selling.
doing work.
He is. He's been demoing his face off.
Yeah.
So Dungeon Mayhem, it's a would you call it a beer and pretzels game, a quick
Oh my gosh,
competitive
Yeah.
game?
Dungeon Mayhem is the fun, silly party game that you bring home to your family, to your friends. You can go out to the bar, have a nice beer and pretzels. Make sure to have sleeves on your cards so they don't get too messy. But it's that silly, lighthearted, fun game that really anyone can play. I think we have ages 8+ on this game, but I've seen 6-year-olds play it.
Yep.
So.
And how did it come about? How did you and Roscoe kind of sit down and concoct Mayhem?
We love Dungeons and Dragons. It's one of our favorite brands in all of gaming.
Dungeons and Dragons loves you.
Aww, that means a lot. We wanted to make a game so that the new player, the casual gamer, could experience the brand of Dungeons and Dragons and get that itch for what I've heard of Dungeons and Dragons, but I want to know a little bit more. Currently, I felt Dungeons & Dragons can be a bit overwhelming for a new player to come in and start rolling dice or making a character sheet. So I wanted to make a game that would introduce the brand to make that jump a little easier, to make them a little more excited to check out what Dungeons & Dragons is.
All right, so give them a taste and immersion and have a fun game built around that introduction.
Absolutely.
But if you don't play D&D, it's still fun.
Yeah, you don't need
Still
to know
fun.
anything about D&D to
No,
enjoy
this is a game that I will play with my non-D&D playing friends. Just, they don't even have to know. I mean, like, I would just be like, we're playing a fun card game tonight. Oh yeah, D&D. And then they're gonna go,
and then,
D&D.
now they'll be like, tell me more.
Tell me more about this D&D thing.
And that's when you throw all the dice at them.
This will be like our new Christmas Eve game. Well, in addition to Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against, yes.
That's our annual
Another
tradition.
good party game, yep.
Yeah, to play with your mom.
Yeah, that's a bit...
She loves it.
Okay.
She loves it.
Surprisingly.
This one's a little more PG compared to
Yeah.
Cards Against Humanity.
Mother approved.
We nearly sent a relative to the hospital a couple years ago from laughing too hard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Sounds like
Choked
a good
on his
time
wine.
from playing this game, right?
No. So again, if folks didn't tune into Spoilers and Swag, could you walk us just quickly through the mechanics, and at the end maybe we'll do a quick round. But how is it played? What are the components and the play style here?
All right, yes. So it is a multiplayer game where you're out for yourself and you want to beat down your opponents to be the last player standing. You have hit points. You start with 10 hit points.
And we can show them up on our little stand here.
Yes. Good.
Multiplayer 2 to 4?
2 to 4 players, yes.
Okay.
And there are 4 decks to choose from. Each deck has a class associated with it. So we've got a wizard, a barbarian, a paladin, and a rogue. And each of the decks kind of have themes and cards themed around that class. But yeah, so you have 10 hit points. Your goal is to stay alive and knock your opponents out by reducing their hit points to 0. And you can do that by, let's see, throwing some daggers at them if you're a rogue, maybe smashing them with an axe if you're the barbarian, or sending a lightning bolt if you're the wizard. We'll show some cards this way. And you have some other cards to help you survive and maybe change the course of the game with some mighty powers.
This one, I think this is her mighty power.
Whirling axe,
Yep,
yeah.
whirling
Barbarian
axes.
has a mighty power.
Yeah, I think we've got some images of
Blockers.
cards. We can put them up on the screen at any time. Hopefully, we're not giving away too many spoilers.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but we'll show some of the cards. So we've got a couple of samples of cards from each of the 4 classes. Can you name? You named the classes. Can you name the characters of the 4 classes?
Yes, we got Azam, the mystic. He's
Yes.
the wizard. We got Oriax, the clever. He's the rogue. We got Leah, the radiant. She's the paladin. And Sutha,
Skull
Skull
Crusher.
Crusher, the barbarian.
I only know because I've got them written down.
Oh, no, cheater.
Suta.
So we're kind of flipping through some sample cards, some exemplary cards from each of the decks.
Vampiric Touch.
That's my favorite
God.
card.
That one has caused so much drama.
That's my favorite card.
That is so good.
And that art, oh, I love the art. Kyle
Kyle
nailed
Farron
it.
was the artist.
So I've got my cheat sheet. So it looked like there were symbols in each of the cards.
Did you talk about blockers too?
Oh, no, we did not.
No. You know what? Why don't we just walk through a quick round? It's always easier to showcase the
All right.
mechanics. in the
Who do you
middle of
want to
play.
be?
Well, how about we'll have the 2 of you go head to head here, so I can
Okay.
babble on.
Oh,
background.
he's going to be the wizard. He's going to have vampiric touch.
Yay!
And we'll over-explain the cards as we go, so it's a little descriptive of what it is you're seeing on the table. So what deck are you playing?
I'm playing Azan the Mystic, the wizard deck.
And who are you playing?
I'm playing Leah the Radiant, the paladin.
Okay.
And please note, these are mock-ups. So
Yes.
Oh yes, they're still in production. So what does the wizard do that's different from the other characters?
The wizard will have lots of tricks and a variety of spells to help kind of swing the game in his favor.
Okay.
But you have to be smart about it.
And the rogue, what does the rogue do?
nope, she's the paladin.
Oh, sorry, the paladin.
Yeah, she is.
Well, I didn't ask you about the paladin.
Well, if you want to know what the rogue does, I'll tell
No,
you.
sorry. What does the paladin do?
She has the ability. She can resurrect things like other cards that may have already been played. She does some healing. She's pretty healing, isn't she?
Yeah, yeah. She will hit you and heal you, or well, she'll hit your opponents and heal you.
And feed off of your.
So you each got a hit point counter here. You've got, it looks
Yep.
like 10 hit points.
10
hit
hit
points.
points.
Start with
you have
10.
this little tiny token that represents your character that you slide up and down. In Jordan's case, it'll go down mostly.
And you start the game. How many cards did you draw?
3 cards.
3
Each
cards.
player starts with 3 cards. On your turn is very simple. All you do is draw a card and play a card.
Okay.
And then the card will have symbols on them, and those symbols will tell you what you get to do. You'll have a handy-dandy cheat sheet here. Each player will have a handy-dandy cheat sheet that have all the common cards and then the mighty powers that are different for each character. So you can reference that as you play cards. Youngest
why
player gets to
it's-
go first.
Oh,
So I think,
God,
Shelly, you're
that
younger
is
than
the
me.
one rule I hate. The youngest player goes first.
That was Roscoe's rule.
I hate it.
And he put it in because he's the youngest pretty much here.
Yeah, well, he's very selfish.
Yeah, he is.
How convenient.
I've never gone first.
Okay, so I'll play my first card.
Did you draw?
Oh my goodness, I don't need to. I'm going to beat you with one less card. All right, I'm going to play this shield card, a wizard shield. It has this symbol here. That's the shield icon. That means it can block 1 damage. And below it has the draw card icon. So when I play it, because it's a shield blocker card, I'm going to play it in front of me. And then I get to draw a card. And as long as this is out there, it will block 1 damage for each number of shields on the card.
So you've got a blocker of 1. Is there a maximum hand size? Can you just draw cards until you
Keep going.
No maximum hand size.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to draw a card to start my turn. Just to show you how damage works. I know you have a blocker, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Jordan for 3.
3 damage for the most justice.
So I have taken out your blocker,
That will absorb 1 damage.
And the other 2 go to you.
And I take 2.
So in Magic terms, it's trample.
Yeah, if you play Magic, yes, damage works like trample.
Okay.
Yep. All right, my turn. Draw a card if I can. I'm going to do an evil sneer and get some of that health back, 1 health back. And the lightning bolt means I get to take another action. I get to play another card. So with that extra card, I'm going to do 3 damage to Shelly with a lightning bolt.
So normally you'd get to play 1 card unless you've got a card that lets you play more cards.
Yes, unless you see something that has that lightning bolt.
We love those combos.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play my shield because I don't want to take 3 damage again.
So you might say it's a beer and combos game.
Oh, he's just
Okay.
riddled with dad jokes today. You're making Pelham sick over there. He's taking his headphones off.
All right. I'm going to...
Welcome to the Dragon Plus live stream.
Welcome to the Dad Plus. Dad Joke Plus.
Because I'm a wizard, I
Whoa.
believe knowledge is power, so I'm going to draw 3 cards for my action, for my turn. Your turn.
Well, aren't you fancy? All right, so I will go ahead and do this card because it lets me deal some damage and it lets me play another card. So 1 damage to you.
Ouch.
Oh, that's nothing.
So
and
Jordan's
then,
at
and I play
8.
another card, which is going to just be this one that lets me draw 2
cards.
because I like more cards the merrier.
All right, my turn. I'll draw a card and try and speed this up a bit. I'll do 1 damage to you and play another card with my magic missile and do 3 more damage to you with another lightning bolt.
Oh, well, we really have spent. Oh, wait, nope.
Oh, you got some shield action.
So really, 1 damage I didn't take.
You just took 1 damage total.
Okay, thanks. The math is off.
So Jordan at
But my
8,
shield is
Shelly
gone.
at 6.
Your turn.
I almost don't want to get too low because he's just going to use his vampiric touch on me.
I have to draw it first.
Do you have any shields? No, you have no shields.
No
All right,
shields.
well then we're just going to go ahead and do another 3 damage there.
Oh, no. I went offensive.
We're going to speed things up here.
That was a good Jordan impression. You're full of impressions. All right. See how it is. We'll do 2 damage back to you with some burning hands.
Burning hands. See, that's what I like. There's D&D in these decks, but it's very light
Yes.
D&D.
Yeah. Just in
But
the
very
flavor.
iconic spells.
Very,
Clearly
iconic.
iconic spells.
You're the wizard.
We
you
got
have to
lightning
have
bolt.
magic
We got magic
missiles.
missile. Burning hands. Yeah.
I hear there might be a fireball in there that does some crazy
There,
stuff too.
That's
there is.
cuckoo.
That's a fun one if
All
I
right.
can draw it.
What are you at?
It doesn't matter.
He is at 8.
So I'm going to go ahead and
I'm at
not
5.
just deal him 3 damage, but I'm also going to heal myself 1.
Oh, that's a very good card. All right, I'm down to 2.
Oh.
So that's going to be rough. Oh, what did I just draw?
No! No! It's the worst.
So I play Vampiric Touch, which means we're going to swap our hit point totals. You're at 5, so now that means I'm at 5, and you're at 2.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the other life track counter.
Oh, this one? Yeah.
That card.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I love it. Okay. Now, also, we should let people know that you have to play a card, even if you don't want to, and sometimes you don't want to.
Sometimes you don't want to swap
Like if
life.
you're stuck with a fireball and you have to play it.
Or Vampiric Touch, if you don't want to play it, but that's the only card you have, you're going to have to play it.
You have to play it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my blocker Fluffy because I think I need some protection, and Jordan wouldn't hurt a horse.
I would not hurt Fluffy. Well, maybe I would.
But Azan, the Mystic, on the other hand.
Azan the Mystic, he's
not a
he's
fan.
all about hurting
He's allergic to horsehair.
horses. We'll do a Magic Missile again and Burning Hands again.
So I'm dead.
For 1 damage. You're down to 1.
Oh, that's right.
You got
okay.
Fluffy.
Fluffy! I'm so sorry.
Your turn.
This sucks. Okay.
Never
You know
ride
what?
a burning
Hey,
horse.
stay positive.
Okay.
You'll
Oh,
be
this
the
is good.
radiant.
I got my Divine Smite back. This is good. So
Oh,
I'm
nice.
3 damage,
Oh,
and
no.
I'm going to heal myself 1.
All
So
right,
I'm
down
back up to 2.
It's a tie game, folks.
2 to 2. See, just when you think you're out, you're not,
I need something
because your
good
cards will help you, unless you draw a fireball.
That would have been a pretty sweet draw, but I do have 2 damage, enough to finish you off.
Done. I never got my.
And
Oh, see, you never put out blockers. Otherwise, I was going to do my Banishing Smite, which would let me destroy your blocker and play another card, which I love because that combo is sweet when you can go, boom, destroy the blocker, play another card, which is enough damage to take a person out.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet combo.
I love the combos. I do. That's why.
so yeah, pretty fast, fun
Remember when I
game.
took you out with a sweet combo on my first turn?
Don't recall that.
I actually took a picture of the combo so I can remember it.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
While she was teaching me the game, she's like, "It's a fun, quick
Oh,
game."
you'll have a
Oh,
great
you're
time.
going to love it. You're going to feel so good about yourself.
But I demanded an instant replay, so it did get me.
Well, that is the thing. Like, these games are short, as you can see. We kind of went a little slower because
Gotta
we were
explain as we
showing you
go,
how to,
yeah.
how to play.
Yeah.
But actually, let's show the cute art on the back. The games can be like 5-10 minutes, but you're not just gonna stop there. You are gonna want to keep playing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, because the games are so quick.
Yeah.
You can get as many as you want in like 30 minutes, maybe 3 games.
Yeah.
So can we run through the different cards by class one more time? We'll kind of show some of the cards, the images, and we. So this is not from one of the decks we just played through. I believe
That's
this
Sutha.
is Sutha.
Skull Crusher.
So we've got Riff and Raff. A couple
Those,
of
yep,
blocks.
those are her blockers.
And she's got Rage. She's the only one that can do 4 damage in 1 card.
And
being the barbarian.
Azan has he's the one who has the charm card.
Yes.
So he can take one of those blockers.
Yes.
And
Very
then
powerful.
here's a couple from Azan. Speaking of, there's Vampiric
You
Touch.
saw them in action, except for Fireball.
Fireball.
There's
So-
Fireball.
Fireball actually does damage to yourself, too, so make sure you're not
Yeah.
playing that card when you're down to 2 hit points.
You got to be careful with that one.
However, I've seen games where you've been forced to play it,
And you're gonna just.
and
Nuke
you
the
take
table.
you take yourself out of the game. Everyone else stays, but you're gone.
I've seen a
'cause you had to play a card.
crazy wizard take everyone out, so it ends in a draw.
So
Yes.
I was going to look at
There's
the
Leah.
symbols in the cards. We've got a couple that look universal for the game.
Yes.
Play a card, draw a card, heal, 1 blocker. And then the Fireball looks like there's a couple of symbols, or maybe 1 symbol per class that's unique to that class. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one. See how Burning Smite is in yellow?
Banishing.
Banishing. I'm still
hard to read
thinking
that
about
one.
the burning hands that
Oh, that took
destroyed
that.
me.
Yeah.
Pickpocket is there in yellow. That is that's
love
your mighty powers.
That's your mighty. Okay.
Pickpocket's a
So
fun
that
one.
means they're exclusive to that class.
And
Yes.
yes, these are Oriax the Clever. These are his.
He's very fun to play as well.
He's a combo style deck where he wants to do lots of little tiny damage and then finish it off with all the daggers.
I believe that's what I was playing when I took you out on my first turn.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe.
Which I think because you were the wizard and you started with the fireball, so you were already at 7.
Who won Battleship? Who won the game of Battleship after that?
Who wins every game of Lords of Waterdeep?
Who wins every game of Ticket to Ride?
Who wins
Which is not me.
parenting?
Oh.
Oh, snap. I guess that actually remains to be seen.
Wow. It is
Just bitter about this kindergarten.
coming on. For fellow parents and caregivers out there in the Seattle area, this is week 1 of kindergarten.
This is
and,
day 2 of kindergarten.
Sorry, day 2 of kindergarten. Yes, that's how good of a parent I've been.
For you, it feels like weeks.
And good luck to all everyone getting their kids off to kindergarten. If you see the one kid crying, that's ours. But it is coming on 2:40, so right now he is wrapping up. And
No, he's out now.
he's getting
2:25.
out. Oh, is it 2:25?
Yes, doesn't even know.
Oh, man.
What if we were supposed to pick him up?
Yeah.
You'd be alone.
He'd be
10 points.
And this is
Shelly.
why our kid cries.
short 15-minute wait for a 5-year-old. He doesn't know what he's
no big
doing.
deal. He's
Suck a
playing
dick.
Mayhem. He's playing Mayhem. It's fine.
We should talk about how fast this game came to be.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
How so?
How so?
So, yeah, Roscoe and I were working on this game for a while, and then we showed it to Shelly and Mike Merles and Nathan Stewart, and within a week, less than a week, you guys wanted it, you greenlit it.
Yeah.
And then, since then, it's been a whirlwind of,
Yeah.
oh my God, this game's coming out
This is
this
happening.
year?
Yep. That was like February, I think we played it with you.
Yep.
And then in March, we were already in development.
Yeah.
And we
same
already had
fast.
a release date of November.
So I
It's
did also
happening.
want to ask about some of the playtest processes and participants.
Oh, yes.
And
yeah.
coordinators.
And is that the official? Was that
He
the,
has 2 credits in the game,
Okay.
actually.
That's right.
so yeah, who is helping playtest the game?
So we, by some random miracle luck of awesomeness, CJ ProSize was able to join our team on development, and he helped kind of coordinate the play tests, gave some feedback himself through development, and he was a lot of fun to hang out with. And
If you're not familiar in the Seattle area or
yes,
Seattle
right.
Seahawks fan, CJ is a running back, yeah, and super nice guy. I had the pleasure to meet him
Incredibly
as well. Coming
nice.
out of Notre Dame, I want to say was his college. So
Okay.
I could be wrong on
I
that,
don't know.
but yeah.
I didn't ask him that.
Okay.
I don't remember, actually. Yeah, he was like here by 9 o'clock every day at his desk, ready to work.
Yep.
So nice.
Yeah.
Very soft-spoken, too.
Yep.
Just very kind.
Yep.
But he was interested in game design and just the industry and was
Yeah.
All right, hey, that's
Yeah. Apparently, in the off season, NFL players can go on an internship type
Yeah.
of thing. Is that right? Yeah.
Like learn other skills.
Yeah. So he loves
So-
games, and he wanted to come hang out with us.
Maybe
All
he
right.
can come back when we do expansions.
Are you confirming expansions?
That's
No.
not out yet.
Only if CJ comes back.
We'll see if he can come back and do them. But I think this game is like built for expansions.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
we're definitely interested in.
And how about the
More.
the design, the play testing? What about the art style? Who created the character images, and how did that come
The
about?
illustrations are done by Kyle Farron.
Okay.
So we knew that we wanted to have this kind of style of art. Cartoony, fun, whimsical,
Sure.
kind of that matches
Fits
the game.
Yeah.
And then Kyle is a big D&D fan and player. He does a lot of fan art for live stream games and stuff. Like
Oh.
I actually was on Twitter one night and saw an illustration he did for the C Team, for Acquisitions Inc. C Team,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my God, I love this art. This is mayhem. I brought it to Shauna the next day, Shauna Narciso, who's our creative director, and was like, what do you think of this artist? And she was like, could be awesome. And Jordan and Roscoe approved, so we gave him a super tight deadline. Said, let's do this. And he did it, and he did great. We gave him descriptions of the characters and gave him the list of cards. I mean, fortunately, these guys designed such a well-designed game. We didn't have to do that much in terms of development or, good job there. So we had a lot of the assets that we knew, like the card list and stuff. It didn't change tremendously once we.
The biggest change
Yeah, I was
was
going to ask, are there cards that didn't make the game that you were
there's
trying in there?
there's plenty of cards that didn't make the game. The biggest change was this game was actually one deck, like Uno.
Yeah.
And everyone drew from that one deck and played cards. But then we met with Mike Merles, and he had the great idea of like, what if we split it up into 4 decks based on classes? And Roscoe and I had actually already been dabbling in that as like a fun side activity for the game, as maybe an expansion. And so it was All right, great, Mike. We're already on that. Let's do it.
Yep. And I think she was a cleric at one point.
She started as a cleric. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was the one deck, did it have different class cards within the one deck, or was it more just kind of just general D&D throughout?
General
D&D, general spells, general effects.
You actually had damage cards.
Yeah.
So when your character took damage, then you took cards to represent the damage. So if you had 5 damage, you would have like 5 cards in front of you.
Yeah. We didn't have this handy dandy hit point tracker. You would take cards in and out as you took damage or healed. So this is a much better solution.
Less cards.
So these are the mock-ups, the not production cards, but
No.
From the playtest, what do you still have some of those original cards?
I do.
Like
We have I think 3 different iterations, and I have all 3 iterations for the museum that we eventually make.
Yes.
No, I was going to say.
Retrospective.
Yes, in Dragon Plus in our magazine, we love looking at concept art and things like that. So maybe we'll get a couple of the playtest cards and we'll showcase.
Yeah, that sounds great.
That would be cool. I know. I love to see the before and afters.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to mention. I've got 3 thoughts. So before I forget it, I was going to mention. Speaking of, I would love to showcase, the Betrayal Legacy cover art as well.
Yes.
Because I know that was also sort of an evolution, a discussion about like, hey, how do we want to present a haunted legacy?
And how much do we want to reveal?
Oh,
and how much is on the cover that's actually something that might come up in the game, and how much is just spooky.
Oh, interesting.
That little girl is spooky.
She's really spooky.
Oh, man.
She actually came out, I don't know if this is a spoiler.
Oh, maybe?
She didn't, I can't.
It's too risky.
Sorry.
It's too risky.
Too risky.
There's something about that little
There's
girl.
something about her.
You're not telling us.
So small children are scary, as we've just discussed.
Small children are scary, especially when they look into a pond and there's 2 of them.
Oh, no.
Did you not see her double reflection?
Now I'm
I just love
scared.
her face. She's just a...
Should we put it? What should we?
Let's
Put it back.
And then invariably, this is going to break open, and all the secrets.
Oh,
That
my
was your plan the
God.
whole time.
That would break Rob Davio's heart.
Will.
All my hard work.
So, yes.
So,
See, spooky girl.
and then in the pool, you might see her reflection.
so speaking of fan art, I did want to also mention last week we had the Waffle Crew on, and we're showcasing some of the awesome fan art that's been out in the community already. So we wanted to let folks know. I think we're just about up and ready for just email submissions, as well as the other places you can contribute fan art to. We had dndfanart@wizards.com as an email address. As soon as that's live, we'll...
No, you had your own email address for fan art?
We just created it.
That's so cool.
I just have to confirm with Help Desk that I can actually access it. But
It's just there.
in moments, you'll be able to submit there. And again, as always,
That's so cool.
the DCA subreddit and on Twitter, #WaffleCrew, #fanart. We'll be able to find it there, and we'd like to showcase more of that as we go through session by session. Yes, apparently we're now legally able to kind of help promote.
Well,
fan
it
art.
was
It's
Kyle
about
Farron's
time.
fan art that got this put on.
You saw his fan art.
I saw his fan art on Twitter,
and
which
you
is
put
how
him on this project,
we,
this game.
we got to know him. And he's very, like, once this game was announced and people saw some of the cards, a lot of people were like, that looks like Kyle Farron's art.
Yeah, I noticed that immediately.
Did
Like,
you?
wow, everyone knows who Kyle is.
He knows
This
who
is
he is.
awesome.
Yeah, he does a lot of work in the D&D community.
So we mentioned Access Allies and Zombies. That will be coming out October 26th. Price point $40. Betrayal Legacy will be coming out slightly later, November 9th. At, correct me if I'm wrong, $75 price point. And then Dungeon Mayhem will be coming out the week after, November 16th, at a $15 price point.
Yeah.
So
How much?
$15.
1.5. That is
That
such
is a deal.
A good
And
deal.
it's such a cute little size. It just fits right in your purse or your backpack
Yeah.
or your pocket if you're wearing cargo pants,
As you do.
as one does.
I did also want to mention for Extra Life, November 3rd is our Extra Life game day. We already have pages and opportunities and announcements and schedules up already at dnd.wizards.com/extralife. You can find out more information there. We have 3 games that will be taking place here at Wizards of the Coast on November 3rd, starting, I think we're going to have a quick introduction at 10:30, and then kick off the gameplay at 11 a.m. We've got D20 Dames, and then at about 1:30 we'll have Adam Lee DMing the game, and then again...
Isn't he the best?
He is.
Everybody loves Adam Lee, although he seems like a very menacing dungeon master.
He's
been sending us some creepy emails.
Yes, but fun menacing.
Really?
Yeah, friendly menacing. I know the adventure he's going to be steering into, so yeah, it'll be good, quirky fun for sure.
Okay.
Cool.
And then at 4 o'clock we'll have Chris Lindsay will be DMing the final game of that evening. Including Satine Phoenix will be one of the players as well. Between the 3 games, we carved out a half hour of time, so we thought that might be a good opportunity to have perhaps you and Roscoe come on and play some Dungeon Mayhem. Maybe we'll have some
palate
copies of the
cleanser.
game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Roscoe and I would love to, for sure.
We could give a few of those away, maybe.
So if you're if you're in the Seattle area, also for Geek Girl Con, you can meet Jordan and Roscoe as they demo this game there as well.
Sweet.
You knew you were going to that.
Yeah, but I'm acting surprised.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? You know, right? One other thing that I think we need to call out is obviously the game is beautifully designed from a gameplay standpoint, but it's also graphically beautiful, and that is due to Trish Yoakum.
Oh my gosh.
Because she, I think she just gave her whole heart into this, and I think she had fun designing it.
Question mark?
And by graphically beautiful, like what elements are you referring to specifically?
Well, I mean, like she
did all these icons.
She laid out all of the cards. She did all the icons. We went back and forth on the hit point tracker, like what does it look like? We were like totally overcomplicating it, and she was like, "You guys, it's this." That's all there is to it. Everything, like the rule sheet, is like very appealing. It's not actually in that box, but it makes you want to read the rules. You have, look at this very subtle ampersand on the back of the card.
I love that.
She's made it feel very D&D, but very accessible and very younger, and it's designing cards is actually really hard. And especially when there's these icons, and these icons are doing so much of the heavy lifting. There's not a lot of words on the cards, which is why it's great for younger kids. But it's hard to lay something out, to bring these characters to life and make it legible, like for gameplay.
Yeah. I was going to ask that. We've got Sutha, Azan, Leah, and Oriax. Were those based on D&D characters that you and Roscoe ever ran, or like how did the actual personas come about, or were these characters that the team helped develop?
Yeah, I think once we knew what classes we wanted to pursue, I think it was actually Mike Merles.
I think it was Mike as well.
He said, "All right, what do you guys think about these backstories?"
We suggested these are the classes, and what do you got? And Mike suggested, well, if you want to have these types of blockers in this deck, it's going to be this type of barbarian.
Yeah.
And so it was basically Mike Merles.
And I think he even did write their backstories too.
Do we have
Which
them?
is like something that we gave to the illustrator.
Yeah. Oh, like when you're creating these characters.
You're creating, and then we sometimes, I'm sorry, I know I keep touching my microphone, but for some reason I'm like, all of a sudden I just feel like, oh, I'm so itchy. I have to get this off.
You're out of control.
Somehow. I don't remember what, no.
Is it because all the pets in our house are currently inundated with fleas?
Maybe. Duh.
So
Don't.
You have?
I might have fleas.
Oh, God.
Now you might have fleas too, because they're jumping. Yeah, busy week in our house. So yeah, we give reference art also.
That's right.
So like this is kind of the vein that we're thinking, and like Leah, our little adorable paladin here, was.
Who is
she's
Elle?
modeled after Elle from Legally Blonde.
Oh, okay.
Which was funny that Merles came up with that. Like you know Elle from Legally Blonde, but he does. Everyone does.
Yeah.
So do we have the backstories anywhere, or?
I'm sure they're on our computer somewhere.
I don't think I've seen
We
them.
did.
Maybe
Okay.
we're
It's a
going to
long
do
time
a.
ago.
Okay.
Like February.
It's
It's been a while.
It has been a long time.
I was going to mention the next issue of Dragon Plus. We're going to be talking because they came out. They come out a little earlier. We're going to be talking about Axis and Allies and Zombies, and we'll be talking Betrayal Legacy with, I believe, yourself and the designers as well. In the October issue, and then in the December issue, we're going to have a bit of coverage for Dungeon Mayhem as well.
Cool.
More mayhem.
Maybe we'll create the characters in D&D Beyond and have some of the character sheets.
Stocking
That'll be fun.
stuffer.
Oh yeah, great stocking stuffer.
Just as yeah.
Oh yeah, can we do that? Can we stat them up?
Oh yeah, no, I think that would be fun. We'll
As you know, love to be a magic user, but I actually play all of these classes.
magic user or
In-
sorcerer.
Mhm.
Confessions of a part-time sorceress.
Yeah,
But I thought Astrid,
yeah.
she was a sorcerer. She was a magic user.
She was a sorcerer.
Okay, so also playing. I feel
Yeah.
like I might be partially right on this.
It's gonna be a
On-
sorcerer, a magic user.
Is there a difference?
I thought don't sorcerers use magic?
I think so.
What's he
I
talking
think that's
about?
the
Wizard.
Okay.
Yeah, wizard. versus
AKA
sorcerer.
magic user.
Okay. Aren't they magic users? What are we talking about?
They're all magic. Yes.
So why are you making it complicated?
Just because that's what I do. I get things wrong, and
Well, anyway, I do enjoy playing a barbarian
Mm-hmm.
or a paladin or a rogue.
Mm.
I just like them all.
You also have an Extra Life page, right?
I do.
Do you
It's
have
my
it?
first year doing Extra Life.
How's it
First
go?
year?
Hmm. I've always been too scared to play. I donate, but I
Oh, okay.
never wanted to play live. I'm going to do it this
Oh,
year.
that's exciting. Right on.
First time.
I'm gonna donate to your page.
Do you still have the option to donate and pick your class?
I don't think I put that as an
Ah, damn it.
incentive because
Aw.
I was scared somebody would make me not a magic user
Or sorcerer?
or a sorcerer.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Help me out, people. Help.
Now I'm second guessing everything. In addition, so yes, and Jordan, we're going to put you on the spot for
Okay.
for creating a page as well one of these days
Yes.
for Extra Life.
I'll
Oh,
donate
yeah.
to your page.
Awesome.
I've been doing Extra Life for the last
Yes.
4 years now.
Jordan is a big proponent for anything that has to do with children. You're nice.
Thanks.
You do Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of fun. Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right here in the building as well. Right?
Yeah. So every other Thursday, we'll have kids come in from a nearby school during our lunch hour to play games, have a quick lunch. We do exercises where we write about goals for the year, what the kids want to do with their time at school, what their favorite class is. You know, just kind of mentor them and make sure they're having a great time. It's a lot of fun.
And you played this with them.
Yeah, we used them as our first playtest with a group of kids, and it was fantastic.
Nice.
It was better than I thought. I thought the kids were going to hate it and tear up the cards and not want anything to do with it, but it was the exact opposite.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
nice.
Well, we're getting close to the top of the hour. I did want to, as always, thanks to everyone for spending the last hour of your time with
Time
us here.
flies.
Time does fly.
Wow.
Thank you, as always, to our followers and subscribers, and to our moderators, of course, as well. Thank both of you for taking time out of your busy
Thank
schedule.
you for
Yeah, thanks for
having
having
us.
me.
To appreciate too. It's much appreciated. And then, as part of my Extra Life page, I wanted to, of course, part of my donation rewards, call out special thanks to Jen Roth.
She's our friend and
she's our friend and
neighbor.
Oh, nice.
And Forrest Emerson for donating. Forrest Emerson Stabby Quest of the Stabby Quest podcast.
Nice.
So yes, by all means, if you have the inclination and opportunity and the means, please do consider donating to Extra Life.
Or joining our team, too. Can't
Yes.
they join our
Oh,
team?
yeah.
You can always join. Just go to dnd.wizard.com/extralife. You can join the D&D team, participate however you are able, or donate to D&D or to any of the participants as well, including Clerical Error, one of our new live stream shows will be starting
I
up
love that name.
tomorrow with
Nice.
DM Lauren Urban. And Greg Tito is one of the players. Coming up next on D&D News, he has his page up already, and I know Lauren is working on her.
I know. So. I like watching Greg play. Yeah. It's a rarity. He's mostly the DM, right? I've only seen him DM.
He did a little of each, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, again, D&D News coming up at 3. We're going the full hour now these days.
For D&D News?
Oh, yeah.
There's so much news?
There always was.
In November, yeah.
And it was always like trying to smush it into a half an hour. It's a lot better to just do the whole hour.
Cool.
All right.
And Dice Camera action coming up at 4 p.m. Pacific as always. So please stay tuned, stick around, and thanks again for watching the Dragon Post live stream.
Thank you.
Thank you.